Gettysburg. A place so sacred, just the name is controversial. This small Pennsylvania town once held three of this nation's most important days. Days that influence where we are now and where this country will be long after we are gone. We are about to take you on this horrifying, sobering, and amazing journey of those 3 days. It is June 1863, and war is in the air. For the Union, most, if not all, hope is lost, with victory being a chant not sung recently. In the small farming town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where 6 major roads collide, the war seems so distant that it almost does not seem of concern. That will all change from the dates of July 1st through to the 3rd. Over the course of those 3 days, the Union would prevail, and a new Union will emerge victorious. General George Meade had been in charge of the Army of the Potomac for 3 days prior to the beginning of the Battle at Gettysburg. When word arrived of the inevitable clash between the two forces, General Meade placed his troops on Seminary Ridge and the surrounding area, while the Confederates placed theirs outside of the town, ready to fight. By the end of the day, Union troops had remained in control of the high ground at Seminary Ridge, Cemetery Hill, and Culp's Hill, making a fishhook formation across the army. The Confederates had gained control of the town of Gettysburg and held a 6-mile arc around the Union fishhook, attacking at the flanks. Day 2 at the Battle of Gettysburg would be called the Fight for High Ground, or at least it can be argued, since that's all that the Union had. And it was also all that the Confederates really wanted. This began with the Confederate assault on an elevated area at the base of Little Round Top, appropriately called the Devil's Den. The assaults continued up the hill on Little Round Top, where Union Brigadier General John C. Caldwell and his men fought off wave after wave of Confederates. Fighting raged on in the area surrounding Little Round Top, including the Peach Orchard and the Bloody Wheat Field, as it came to be known. The day would come to an end as Colonel Joshua L. Chamberlain led a bayonet charge against the Confederates that still stood. Day 3 at the Battle of Gettysburg is the turning point of all turning points. While the Confederates had not been fighting as ferociously as they had before, they had been putting up a great fight and gaining some ground. That was until Day 3 came. Lee had given the order to attack on Culp's Hill one last time, and the outcome was disastrous to the Confederacy. Volleys of Union cannon rained down onto the Confederacy, forcing them to retreat to a concentrated area near Cemetery Ridge. Lee would then make the call that would forever change this nation. He gave the charge to young General Pickett. The order was to assault on the Union at Seminary Ridge across a 1.5-mile-long stretch of open field. It was a last attempt at victory, and one that would fail miserably.
Now the night is coming to an end. the sun will rise and we will try again. Stay alive for me. You will die, but now your life is free. Take pride in what is sure to die. I will fear the night again.
The loss of life sustained over the course of 3 days at the Battle of Gettysburg was enough to evoke a strong response from those of the North and the South. The North would go on to win the war, never forgetting the small farming town in which their victory had begun. When Abraham Lincoln made his address at the dedication of the Memorial Cemetery, he asked one thing to us, the citizens of this new Union. He said that it is rather for us to be here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion, that we are here highly resolved that these dead shall not have died in vain.